can now continue with our 3 flowers. So first we're going to do the central little circle of each flower, which we're going to do in a semi-high relief technique. So we're going to work from the front and then lift it up from the back, and then we're going to do the lines in a low relief again. So working from the front of our pewter on our semi-soft surface, I'm going to draw the outlines of our 3 little circles. We can then flatten from the front on our hard surface using our paper stamp, and remember to flatten towards your design. And then we can flatten and tidy up with our skew Teflon tip. And then we can define. And then we can continue to add a little bit of extra height from the back. So from the back of our pewter on our soft surface, I'm going to add a little bit of height to the little circus using my paper stamp. Remember that you can always come back to add some more height. A little bit of height goes a long way. So back to the front, and then we can repeat our flattening and tidy up process. Okay, so now we can do our low relief lines from the back. So back onto our semi-soft surface on the back of our pewter. So for the little stems of the flowers, we're going to start within the curvy line, not in front of it, not behind it, but within that curvy line, and we're going to end it right in front of our little circle. So working from the back, I start within my curvy line and I draw my stem and I stop it right in front of the little circle. So I'm going to do all 3. And then we can turn our pewter face up again, place it on our hard surface so that we can flatten the sides. So first I'm going to flatten with the paper stamp. And then I'm going to turn my pewter back to the back, place it on our hard surface, and I'm going to define from the back, smooth out my lines. Then turn it back to the front and repeat our flattening process. And then we can define and tidy up with our skew tip Teflon tool. So by starting this line, the stem lines, inside our curvy line, we have a smooth line here. We don't have a space like we have at the top where it meets the little bubble. So now we can go on and we can continue and we can do our little flower. So from the back of our pewter on our semi-soft surface, I'm going to do the first one, and I'm going to start again from the front in front of our little circle, not inside, not on top, a little bit in front. And we're going to stop it again a little bit in front of that little center circle. There we go. And now we can turn our pewter back to the front, place it on our hard surface, and we can flatten. First, I'm going to flatten a little bit with my hands. And then we can flatten with our paper stamp. After flattening, we can again turn our pewter upside down so that we can define our lines and smooth them out again from the back. So working from the back on our hard surface, we retrace our lines one more time to smooth out the edges. Then we can turn our pewter back to the front and then repeat our flattening process. So this time I'm only going to flatten on the outside of my flowers so that I can keep a little bit of that height that I've added now by working from the back. And then we can define. And then we can define. So I'm going to define with my metal ball tool just on the outside. There we go. So now we can continue. And we can add our little leaves from the front. So our little leaves we're going to do from the front, and the same way that we did our little central circles. And before we start, we've got the two bigger leaves that's got a little bit of a detail line. So we need to keep that in mind as well. So I'm going to do that first. We're going to do them from the front. So I'm going to just draw them in a soft pressure. And then we can do the outline in a hard pressure. And then we can flatten from the front on our hard surface. And then we can flatten and tidy up. Then we can add a little bit of extra height to our two leaves from the back on our soft surface. So we place our soft surface, turn our pewter upside down, and then add a little bit of height using our paper stump. So you want to do this as softly as possible so that we don't create lines that is visible from the front. Then we can turn our pewter back to the front, place it on our hard surface, and we can tidy up and flatten again. And then we can define our edges with our metal ball tool. There we go. So now in the same manner, we can add the 3 little leaves in the center. So on the front of our pewter, on our semi-soft surface, we can draw in the outlines. And then we can flatten on our hard surface. So we flatten from the front on our hard surface, and we try to flatten towards our raised area as much as possible. And then we're going to add a little bit of a detail line from the back on those 3 little leaves. So from the back, using our sharp tip Teflon tool, we're going to draw in the little detail lines. And then we can flatten again and tidy up. There we go. So that's our flowers done. So in the next part, we're going to continue adding the little ornaments in the center here.